Hey guys, it's Ashley from Ashley's Reads, or of Fiction and Fantasy, and today I am here to tell you about my Reindeer Readathon TBR list. You're getting the guest star of Caroline, who decided that she wants to be in the video center stage. So around mid-November, I was scrolling around Twitter and I was looking to see if there were any readathons taking place in December, even though I'm already still doing the Clear Your Shit readathon because it lasts through both November and December. And I saw something called the Reindeer Readathon, which I will link the host below, or the Twitter page to the Reindeer Readathon. This is, I believe, the second time that they are doing this readathon. I signed up through, I think, like a Google form, and then they sort you into your teams in a little like welcome email, and it comes with like a PDF file with your TBR and all the rules and things for the competition, and all the prompts are super specific to each reindeer. There are my goodness, I don't even know how many reindeer there are. It would be illegal to move a sleeping Caroline. I'd go to prison. Okay. I got sorted into Team Nutcracker. I'm not sure whether that is depicting the little Nutcracker men, like the wooden characters, or if that is based off of the ballet. I do not own a Nutcracker person, man, thing, and I've never seen the Nutcracker ballet, but I'm really hyped to be on this team. It is run by Donna, who I found on YouTube and Twitter, and she seems like such a sweetheart, so I'm very grateful to be on her team and excited for this month. And I'm gonna read you guys the prompts. I tried to memorize the authors this time. I think there's only one that I don't know, and I will make sure that it's linked in the description. So let's get to it. First up, the first prompt is Dasher. That is a one-word title. So for this one, I will be reading Evermore by Alyson Noel. This book is a book that I received from my aunt back when I was in high school, and I never got around to it, so I'd like to finally get around to it now. I'm hopefully getting to see my aunt for Christmas this month in a couple of weeks, so it'd be really awesome if I could read it while I was with her or beforehand, so that I can talk to her about it, because I think she read the series while I was in high school and she really liked it. The second prompt is Dancer, which is to read a companion novel or a sequel in a series. So for this one, I picked Heart of Flames by Nicki Preto. I could not get my hands on a physical copy of this book, and I'm really trying not to get anything from the libraries right now. So I'm really trying to stick with my own TBR list, which works for the Clear Your Shit readathon as well. Heart of Flames is the sequel to the Crown of Feathers series. I read that sometime this summer, I think. I liked the first book. It took me a while to get into it, but I got really attached to the characters by the end of it. And I was in the Phoenix Writers Readathon a couple months back, and I really wanted to read this, but unfortunately I couldn't get a copy of it in time because there were so many holds on it at the library. So I'm really hoping to finally get to it in December, but we'll see. The next one is Prancer. This is to read a book with a map. For this one, I chose Blood and Honey by Shelby Mahurin. I got this one pre-ordered when the book came out, I can't even remember, sometime this fall, but unfortunately I have not gotten to it yet. This is the sequel to Serpent and Dove, and this is the map of Tahereh, which is not set in our universe, obviously, but it is inspired, I believe, by a past France. So prompt 4 is Vixen, which is to read a book with a fox on the cover or the word fox in the title. There is one that I had in mind, which is, I believe, the book of the month for a book club that I am in on Facebook called Words and Whimsy. And it's called, I want to say it's called Of Beast and Briars, and it's by Ashley Poston. I do really want to read that book. That was my most anticipated read of the winter, or release of the winter, but unfortunately I have so many books that are current series that I'm trying to get through, and I could not fit that into my TBR for the end of the year. So instead I will be going with the alternative prompt. Oh, But in honor of foxes, I did try this new makeup trend. It's called fox eye instead of cat eye. I kind of like this. I did have a lot of fun doing that makeup tutorial by, I think her name is Brianna Fox, which is actually quite funny. And yeah, so I chose the alternative prompt for Vixen, which is a strong female lead. So for this one, I will be reading How to Catch a Queen, which is a book that I have as an e-arc from NetGalley. Oh no, the bookmark fell out. Oh no. Reader's worst problems. Anyway, I think I know I'm on like page 61 or something like that. We'll see. This is How to Catch a Queen by Alyssa Cole. Let me see if it can focus. I think that it just came out at the beginning of December, like the 1st or the 4th. And I won this in my very first win at a Goodreads giveaway. So I am super excited to have it in person to read, and then I will review it for NetGalley. So thank you to Avon Books for a chance to get the e-arc even before I got this one in person. I'm really liking this book. Like I told you, I'm only 50 pages in. I love Shanti, I think it's Shanti. I love her character. She's so awesome. And there's already like quotes that I've been highlighting in on Goodreads. So I'm really excited to continue with that. And then I'm also really excited, off topic tangent, I need to finish this book really quickly because my NetGalley ratio is at 75%. So after I finish How to Catch a Queen, I will be above 80% again, and I'm going to request small favors by my favorite author, Erin A. Craig. You guys should check her out. She has one novel out currently called House of Salt and Sorrows, and it is an amazing book. It helped me get out of a reading slump last Christmas. I read it in like 48 hours. It's very spooky, and there's all kinds of like balls, and oh my goodness, it's amazing. I love it. I want to reread it soon. Anyways. And my best friend Tasha is reading it now. I feel really happy about that. It's amazing. Anyways, moving on to the next prompt. Prompt 5 is Comet, which is to read an intimidating book. This has been the prompt in like the past 4 reading challenges that I've been in. I'm finding that kind of hilarious. We apparently have lots of intimidating books this year. For this one, I'm hoping to read Verity by Colleen Hoover, which I have as an audiobook on Audible. I haven't really used Audible before, so I forgot what it was called. But yes, I will be reading that one. I've been trying to read this book since Halloween of last year, and I still never get around to it. And I'm quite excited to finally try a book by Colleen Hoover. I don't know why I think it's just been so many months of me trying to fit it into my TBR that it's starting to intimidate me to finally get around to it. I feel like I'm just procrastinating at this point, but I am excited to try it. I'm also been super overwhelmed with ARCs because I requested way too many and I actually got quite a few, so here I am. The prompt 6 is Cupid. That is a genre that you love, which for me currently is young adult fantasy. For that one, I will be reading Ignite Me by Tahereh Mafi. Ignite Me is the 3rd book in the Shatter Me series, which has been one of my favorite series of the year. The first one I listened to, so the non-companion novels, the actual like 1st and 2nd books, I've listened to as an audiobook, and the narrator really just made this book for me. Oh, I cannot remember her name off the top of my head, but just A+, one of the best audiobooks that I've listened to. She really just, the writing style is very different. There's a lot of repetitive, it's very repetitive. That's all that I can say without, like sometimes there's just pages of the same sentence over and over again. And I imagine that listening to that would be horrendous. But it was actually really good. Like each sentence was said differently, even though the words were exactly the same. And I aspire that if I were ever blessed to be the narrator and it's some sort of book or story, to have the same sort of enunciation and just diction and talent that this narrator has, that I will list below, because A+. yeah, I'm really excited to read Ignite Me because I just read the novella after the second one and I really want to get to the next book in the series. Prompt 7 is Donner. This one is something hidden inside. So it could be like chapter head artwork, or it could be a map again, I guess, or some sort of illustration in the book, or what's it called? Like when you can take off the jacket, the book jacket, and there's like engravements on the actual book itself. Surprisingly, I don't have any books that I could find with that. The closest thing that I could find on the TBR that I'm trying to match with the Clear Your Shit Readathon is Sugar and Spice by Lauren Conrad. And I did get this book at a local used bookstore, Half Price Books, at their outlet. And if you take this off, there's nothing. Oh, that's disgusting. Okay, it's like, ooh, water damage on the back. That's a surprise. But you can see here that it has this cute little heart if you take off the jacket. And I don't think I will take the jacket off again because the back is quite disgusting. It looks like someone spilled coffee on it. I hope it wasn't me, but I don't know. Never gotten around to that book. I really like Lauren Conrad's fashion, and I am subscribed to her email newsletter, which has some pretty cool cocktail recipes or just guides to doing different cute aesthetic things for the holidays. So I am excited to see what her writing is like. Prompt 8 is Blitzen, which is an internal struggle, I believe, for the main character. For this one, I picked Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Promise Part 1. This one is a buddy read that I have pushed off a month or two already that I will be doing with Amber. I do not know the name of the author on hand. I want to say his name was Gene, but they changed between the last one that I read. I've already read Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Search Part 1, but apparently The Promise is actually the first one. This one takes place immediately after the show ends or the TV series ends, and I'm very excited to get to it. It's only like 75 pages, so I really want to get to it, but I'm trying to finish my buddy read with Jamie for Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier first, and I'm about 40% of the way through with that. So that's a November read. And the prompt 9 is Rudolph. That is where the main character does not fit in. And for that one, I picked Noragami, Adachitoka. I think that's what it's called. Noragami Stray God #1. This is a buddy read with my brother Noah. So I don't really know anything about this book except that there is some sort of god. I don't know if he's fallen or if it's like Percy Jackson and Greece where they say like people stop believing in you, so you're basically like fading away or like not a god. So anyway, he is living amongst the humans and he is doing tasks for them. He is a god for hire, but he doesn't fit in with everyone around him because he's not actually human, and I don't know if they know that or not, but I imagine that he does not fit in, so hopefully I'm right about that. So those are the main prompts, the main reindeer prompts for the Reindeer Readathon. Also, if you are super into reindeer and you're taking part in this readathon, or I guess even if you just want to support the readathon, they are selling bookmarks on one of the hosts' website, and I will link that below as well. They are adorable and they're quite cheap. Hello. I would like to get some if they are still on sale while I have another splurge item, but I unfortunately already spent my splurge budget for this week. I bought Elf the movie. So yes, there are 2 bonus prompts. One of them is a different book than the ones that I have listed, and one of them is in conjunction with a prompt. So Christmas Star is to read a book that is over 500 pages, but that is one of the books that's already listed. So for that one, I will be counting Blood and Honey because it is, let me see. Oh, I'm sorry, I did not mean to wait to carry that. Okay, Blood and Honey is, it looks like about 500, a little over 530 pages. I'm using Jamie, if you're watching this, I'm using the ring light that you got me for Christmas. I don't know if I'm using it correctly, but I'm really excited because it's super dark here. So thank you so much. I love you. Now, the last prompt is called Slaying It. And that is to repeat a prompt that you've already read, or to repeat a prompt once you've already read one. So for this one, I have two options. I'm not sure which one I'm going to read yet. The first one is Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. My mom got me this one for Christmas like 2 years ago, and I really want to get to it. I already read the book that she got me for Christmas last year. She actually got me the whole Lord of the Rings series and the second book in the Descendants series. I have not touched the Lord of the Rings series yet, which I really need to, but I love the Descendants book because I'm a sucker for Evie. But I need to get to this one. I'm actually been really excited for it. I just always push self-help books off. As you can tell, that's the last book of the month, so I don't know if I'll get to it this month either. I think that I was going to use that as a repeat prompt for Blitzen for an internal struggle, because the book is, I think it's kind of based like for people that are, the tagline says, stop believing the lies about who you are, so you can become who you were meant to be. So that kind of gives me the idea of someone who is struggling internally, whether that be with like confidence or like expectations or self-perceived expectations of you. So I was gonna count that for that one, but as I told you earlier, I am drowning in arcs thanks to NetGalley and Bookish First. So I really need to read my next arc from Bookish First, which is Olive Bright the Pigeoneer by Stephanie Graves. And I may count this one as a repeat of Vixen for a strong female lead, because Olive really wants to join the Royal Air Force like her best friend, but as a woman, her father does not want her to go put herself in danger, and it's about how she wants to contribute to the war in whatever way that she can if she can't join the military. And from what I have read of the first few chapters, Olive does seem like a really strong female lead who I'm excited to get to know. And thank you to Kensington Books for a copy of this. I am very excited. Sorry y'all, the memory card is full, so I had to put in my secondary one. But anyways, I'm really liking the Reindeer Readathon. I'm really liking Team Nutcracker. I'm really excited to be part of this challenge. It's so festive, and I've only started one of the books so far for December because I'm still reading 3 books that are November books. I have been really behind, so I am trying to finish those books. I will be working on a very late November wrap-up, so once I get those done, I will get my November wrap-up up. I will post in a couple of days my December week 1 blog, I believe. I will get that published, and then there are a few holiday tags going around that seem really fun. I think I saw one on Stage's book 2 Readers C that I am really wanting to try, so hopefully I can get that filmed. Hopefully I can get my memory card cleared off. We can have a productive week. Today was really productive too. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to check out my TBR list with the Reindeer Readathon and Team Nutcracker. Check out all the links below. It is too late to join the Reindeer Readathon this year, but I hope that they will be doing it again next year, and you can still follow us along and see how we're doing on the competition and check out some really great book Twitters and booktubes. Thank you so much for sticking around to find out the books that I am planning to be reading or attempting to read throughout the Christmas craze in December. If you like this video, please click that like button down below. Go ahead and comment and tell me what you are reading in December. Are you taking part in any readathons or any challenges yourself? And let me know if you have any cool resolutions that you're planning on doing, whether book or personal life related for 2021. And go ahead and subscribe if you want to see me post any more videos about my progress in the Reindeer Readathon or the books I'm planning on reading in 2021. Thanks guys, have a good month.